So it's my birthday.
Yay!
A few weeks ago, she forgot, so we're just now going on the birthday trip.
We were just too busy to do anything on the actual birthday.
So we are going on a birthday trip, and I was told to vlog. I have no idea what we're doing or where we're going, but
You know where we're going? HorrorCon.
HorrorCon.
That sounds like a convention for a certain type of woman, and that's not where we're going.
I was thinking horror movies, but yours is better.
No. City in Wisconsin.
So, we're having a disappointed birthday 2 weeks late. So this is where we're staying. Fancy, fancy. So we're staying in a museum. We've all seen the historical records of what happens at night at the museum. Ooh, so fancy. It's even bathrobes. Ooh, there's cake and fancy napkins and fancy lemonade and fancy wall plates. Oh, we have more fancy lemonade and truffles, and this is about $130 online. I just sold one. How much was the deposit for this room?
I don't know.
Was it less than $130?
No.
Oh. There's even a rabbit in here. This is perfect. I haven't looked at the bathroom yet. It's weird the toilet's in the bedroom though. That's odd. And then we've got a sink in here and another toilet. So fancy. No one can see, hear, or spy on you. That's exactly what a spy would say. It has been years since I've been to a flea market. I'm excited. She's buying everything because I forgot my wallet at home.
Yep, not at the hotel. All the way back in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. That price is incorrect. This should be $1. For $5, I got a vintage Platteville pennant, Wisconsin State College, and it comes with a B. This is so cool. If I had money right now, I would buy this. We have no cash, like 20 bucks. Had to make a stop by the car, drop stuff off. I got this. This is just for me. It's an old Sears credit plan sign. I paid $5 and the guy threw in this Dodge County Sheriff watch. I'll throw that on eBay. I have no idea what it'll go for. I bet someone will pay at least $20 for that. And 2 times in 2 days, a factory sealed Walkman. This one cost me $40. It's going for about $160 to $200 on eBay. Very pumped about that.
That's the one that made us like stay and get more money out of the ATM. When he saw that first booth we walked up to, pretty much.
Yeah, I had to get this. I have found like 4 of these in my entire life, and 2 of them were this week. Got a camera. I didn't look it up, but similar ones, it's about 50, 60 bucks. I paid $2. All right, round 2, I got this antique fire extinguisher. It's in really nice shape. 10 bucks. I think I can get at least 50 bucks for this in the auction. What else do we have in here? I paid $2, I think, for this camera. It's a 3.2 megapixel. It's probably gonna sell for like 20 or 25. I got these camera straps for free. I didn't even look them up. They were free. If they're not worth anything, they'll go in the sale. Is that it in this one? I think that's it in this one. I was looking at these Harley Davidson. They're shot glass sets. I didn't look them up. I was putting them back and the guy said 50 cents each. So Harley stuff tends to do well. I don't know what I'll get for it. I'll look them up on eBay. If they're not worth anything, I'll put them in the auction and probably get 10 bucks for the set. And lastly, the coup de grace of the day, a machinist gauge block set, Mirutoyo. I spent like 30 seconds looking. Similar ones seem to be selling anywhere from $300 to $700. I spent 20 bucks. Oh yeah, and a backgammon set because she wants to play backgammon. It was $17. I offered $5 and she told me $6. So we got it for $6. I'm excited about this gauge set. I hope it's one of the $700 ones because I would be very happy. It cost me 20 bucks. So we're on the way to the big birthday surprise, which I still think is either a helicopter tour, an airplane tour, or a hot air balloon tour.
I give him the hint that when I was booking it, they asked us our weights.
Mm-hmm. And we were recently talking about how I've always wanted to go on a helicopter or airplane tour. And there's a lot of talk about hot air balloons because that's where we went for my birthday last year. But we didn't get to go up in the balloons. So I'm pretty certain that's what it's going to be. One of those three.
Alright, locking it in. What's your guess?
What else would they need my weight for? Liposuction. That's it.
Whitewater rafting, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that to me. Sure looks like we're going to an airport to me.
Sure, Pop!
was so much fun. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
It was a little bumpy.
It was bumpy, and I don't deal with bumpy very well.
Especially in the air.
But I want to do it again.
I really enjoyed it. I couldn't hear on the headphones super well. Every now and then I could tell that he was telling us, like, oh, and down there is something.
I could hear everything he was saying.
Yeah, it wasn't coming through on mine.
So how mad were you when I immediately guessed what it was when you gave me that hint?
I was a little bit concerned because you said helicopter first. And so I was, dang, he's gonna be so disappointed when it's not a helicopter. I wasn't mad that you guessed. Like, even before I gave you the hint, like, as I thought of it, I was like, you might figure out what this hint means. I think it's a good hint, but also, like, based off of the rest of the context of things that we've talked about, there's a pretty good chance you were gonna guess it.
I don't think there were really any other things that we had talked about at that point.
Well, like, things that you've told me that you want to do.
I had so many intrusive thoughts on that. I had the pedals, I had the door latch, I had the steering wheel.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a good thing for you to be in the front seat.
I wanted to fly the plane so bad. So we're at Goodwill now in Beaver Dam. Let's see if we can find some good stuff. I like this Goodwill because it's one of the Milwaukee Goodwills. So first got a Minolta camera here, $4.99, worth about $30 to $40, and we got a Samsung here. I'm gonna look this one up because I'm not familiar with this one. That's gonna be a negative on that one. This game is horrible. I had it once. It doesn't work well. And here's my daily pineapple. Well, this seems a little overpriced. It's 52 bucks. Let's see, $5. I will absolutely buy this. They're going for 50 to 75. Now we're walking in the woods as it gets dark, so one of us can get murdered.
It is spooky season.
Are you scared?
No, I mean, I'm the one that has to walk out alone.
Wow, I was gonna make that joke. Rude. I'm gonna edit it so I made that joke.
Okay, do it again.
Are you scared?
Kinda.
Why are you scared? I'm the one who has to walk back alone. See, I'm funnier. This is the beginning of a horror movie.
Isn't that how we started the walk?
Kind of, but now it's actually dark. It looks just like a horror movie.
It does.
Um,
We're like a romantic fall evening stroll.
Where the people are murdered. We are at the Ray Nitschke Park.
We're gonna go that way.
Oh, let's go this way. We are in Mayville at a Mexican restaurant.
Don Ramon.
And I am excited to eat. She hasn't really been very hungry. She hasn't mentioned it at all, at least. But I'm starving.
I'm pretty hungry.
Really? You haven't mentioned that.
I'm pretty good at being polite and not making my issues your issues.
Nah, that doesn't sound like you. So that's what John Madden's up to now. So the food was, some of it was amazing, some of it was dog food.
I like the quesadilla. It could have done with like more sauce or cheese or something.
Her quesadilla did not have the queso.
Yeah.
My burrito was
Oh, there's a ring doorbell.
My burrito was terrible, but my tacos were amazing.
And the chips and salsa were freaking amazing.
Yeah, that might be the best salsa I've ever had.
And they give out the chips out of the warmer, and so they're all like toasty.
I would definitely go back. I just would not get that burrito again.
Yeah.
I would get 2 orders of the tacos. There's a leg lamp. Fragile. What are you looking for? She's trying to break into places. There's a suspicious lady here.
It's a resale store. I wanted to see what they were reselling.
And we made it back to the fancy place. That's where the party's at over there. So we're in the middle of the country, and I saw a sign for an estate sale. So we just whipped to Yui, and we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
So no price, but I got this HP calculator, should be about 30, and I got an old Olympus digital camera, should be about 20 to 30. So this seems to be about 100. I didn't look those up. I'm gonna grab this. Again, no price on anything here. These are all over the place, between 30 and 80 bucks. There's 4 of them in this box. This is about 100 bucks. Man, I wish this was in better shape. The Exclusive Company is an old record store in Green Bay, but this is just, I think it's too beat up. I want $1. I think that's $1. 15. I'm gonna offer $1. Selling for between 50 and 100, depending if it works. There's an old gas pump here. They want 100 for it though. Box full of slides. I'm gonna take a gamble on it. These switches should be decent. I just did a picture search and they're coming up new for 400. Couldn't find any used ones, but that was just a picture search. I'm gonna grab these. This regulator is going for about 90. I didn't look up this fish finder, this Weber thing, but I'm sure they're decent. Trailer brake control going for about 70. By the way, all this stuff seems to be $1 each. I'm finding so much in this room. Electric fence charger. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm sure this is at least 100. And then another one of these thermostats. The pile keeps growing. And she's already telling me we have to leave. Ooh, let's look over there. If I had a truck, these motors, especially this bell door, would be, I mean, there's probably $1,500 on this pallet. I want to dig through here because I just found this hat in there and I think this will do well after I clean it up. There's so many vintage trucker hats in this dumpster. I bet there's some really good stuff in here. All right, building number 2. So this one's like his office. IBM Selectric. These are about 150, 200 bucks, but I want no part of shipping this. It's so heavy. Look what I found in the drawer. $100 worth of printer ink here. This would be money, but it's not in there. All right, there's a second floor to this building too.
State of Wisconsin Blue Book.
All right, last building, we've got the house. Pay out under tent, please. The house is pretty empty. Lift chair, only 1 month old. Unfortunately, it won't fit in her car. But this will. Amazon Fire Stick with the remote. Nothing in here but a lot of bugs. Anything in there? Is this a water bed? No, it's a regular bed. It's like a nice washing machine. Old dryer. So we fit it all. They were adding it up and I was getting nervous because they were adding it up when I wasn't there to negotiate. There were a couple things that had $50 price tags, a lot of $10, $15 price tags. And I walk up and she says, all right, we added it all up, 86 bucks. Okay. And I only have 80 in cash on me, so I said, does that work, 80 bucks? And she says, sure. So.
Probably it's better for her to get cash than lose some to like PayPal fees and stuff.
For the extra $6, they'd probably pay that in the fees. But I didn't look up most of the stuff I grabbed. I just used my own experience on what I think is worthwhile. Very well could be like $6,000 or $7,000 back there.
I looked up a few things. I think we did just on the things I looked at. Which is not very many. It was well over 80. So.
She found a CB radio, a fish finder, and a microscope was in that box?
Yeah, it was a very fancy microscope. Some go for like 60, but some go for like over 300. So we'll see.
Sweet. And they are just in this part of the state, and they kind of, all of the brothers that run the place have day jobs too, so might be able to get some referrals from them if they get anybody who wants to do estate sales closer to us. But we have one more stop yet.
2.
We have to fit more stuff in there. We're going to a salvage store.
Yeah.
And a Goodwill. That's right, we have Goodwill in the GPS.
Oh, goodness.
So we are at Goodwill in Fond du Lac, another Milwaukee area Goodwill. But I've only been here maybe once or twice, because usually Fond du Lac's a decent ways out of Milwaukee. And usually when I'm driving past it, the stores are closed because it's either really late or really early. So I picked up these shoes, $6.99. They seem to be going for about 40 or 50 bucks. A couple little stains on them, so need to be cleaned up. And this Packers hat, new with tags, $2.99. One just sold, same exact hat, same exact tags, sold for 25 bucks. So I just listed these inks, $79.99 for the set on eBay. I priced them a little high, so we'll see if I get an offer if it sells before we get home. These other two, I'm going to debate what I want to do because they tore the top off, and actually that has them open. I don't know if they actually opened them and used them or if they just tore the top off so it would fit in the drawer. So I might do some research and weigh them. I know some people will weigh ink cartridges to see if there's any in there. They do look unused inside, but there's no, this type of ink cartridge doesn't have any foil packaging. So we will figure that out when we get back. But those three, let's see if they sell before we get home. The back of this car is so full. So right next door is a Salvo's, and I have never been to this one. Historically, I have not done well at Salvo's, but they're all different, so let's give this one a try. Well, the pattern will continue. Didn't do so well because they're closed.
Yeah, closed on Sundays.
So this is, picture Sanford & Sons, like an old-fashioned junk store. Some guy's property. I'm excited to see if we find anything cool.
Does he take card?
Oh, hopefully. The Relaxicizer for ladies' health. It's only worth about 40 bucks though. You know, I really only have one vice in life, but here I can get a whole pile of them. This is a cool cooler. Kind of like this old carnival game. It works. There's even video games out here. High five.
Let's go Packers.
I bet there would be more stuff there if there wasn't that.
That's gonna be your backyard one day.
Maybe. Got a bit of a spring in my step today. Lots and lots of golf clubs.
Might be some wood ones in there.
We got a dash for something. Ooh, we got letters from something. No clue what they're from though.
Helmet with actual padding in it.
Ooh.
Giant Giants one.
These are the people who didn't buy anything. They were just put in here. Oh, hood for something.
Got a couple of sheds.
Oh, I didn't see the ones in the back. I bet these would be worth some money.
Those won't fit in my car.
Glass insulators. No purple ones though. Sprinkler's worth about 50 bucks. It's even water. I want all of my tarps to be giant pizzas. High school yearbook from 1940. What a view. There's a TV hiding back there. It's a shame this is all beat up, otherwise I would definitely be interested in that. So we're at a little bar next door, getting cash out of the ATM. Since the Packers are playing, the food is free. They just have like potluck style. That's good food too. So I ended up spending $15. I got this vintage sprinkler here and this Harley thing, mud flap thing. I'm not sure. I looked it up. This is going for about $60. That's going for about $50. His prices were a little wild when I had the pile, and he said, "Well, how much you want to pay?" I said 20, and he laughed at me. A little box of marbles. He said he wanted 40 bucks for those. That old yearbook, he wanted 40 bucks just for that, which I get it. That's what they sell for on eBay. This isn't eBay. So we'll let him keep that for another 40 years. But that's about it. Oh, the map that I don't think I showed you. There was a 1975 map of Brown County, which is Green Bay. He wanted 15 bucks for that. I don't think it's worth it for a 1975 map. If it was older, then absolutely, but not for me. What do you think?
There's a lot of stuff there. It's a little overwhelming.
Is that why I've been getting the silent treatment for the last 30 minutes?
I've not been giving you the silent treatment for the last 30 minutes. I needed some silence when we got out of that bar because it was very loud.
Well, that's because the Packers were playing.
It wasn't. The Packers were on halftime when we were in there. It was because the guy at the bar was doing a raffle, and then at first he said whoever wins the raffle gets an extra like ticket or something, and not free drinks. And then everybody was like, "Oh, boo!" And then he was like, "Okay, fine, you get a free drink." And then everybody was like, "Yeah!" And then he was like, "No, just the person who wins." And then it was a lot of noise and yelling.
The guy
I wanted out of there immediately.
The guy at the Sanford and Son Yard told me that bar, not only is the food free, but the beers are 5 beers for $10.
Pretty good.
That's the Wisconsin I love. I will probably be going there for a Packer game at some point. I don't drink, but free food, a rowdy crowd, I'm all in.
You might need to bring something.
I don't know.
It wasn't really clear what the potluck situation was because we got there at halftime. I don't know where all the food came from, but
Oh, he just said free food over there, so I'm assuming the bar provides it.
okay. You gotta see his eyes.
Oh. Yeah, it's showing up. So these creepy alleyways you'll walk into. So it's a really nice night. I did not need this jacket. Sleeves pulled up. I'm going for a walk by my happy place, Lambeau Field. I live right over here, so I can walk over here, try and get some steps in. But anyways, one thing that I like to do on my walks is pick up trash. And, you know, I pick it up for the purpose of throwing it away. But curiosity always gets the better of me, and there was a yellow folded up piece of paper, and I unfolded it and looked at it. This is a receipt. Someone bought an autographed helmet. Had their name and address in Texas. Presumably it's going to get shipped to them. I don't know. But on the bottom it had their full credit card number with the zip code, the expiration, the security code, everything. And it was just on the ground. When I threw that away, I ripped it up into a lot of pieces of paper and threw it into multiple dumpsters. I can't believe, like, you have that information on something, you're that careless to just let it drop on the ground. God, I love this place. Well, looks like they're getting ready for the ice skating rink. Close this up here. And there's our sledding hill. I took a picture for some people in front of all the pumpkins back there. And me being me, I always want the best picture. I feel like I may have annoyed them a little bit. I took the picture how they had posed, and I said, all right, I'm gonna step over here. I need you guys to come this way so we can get Titletown in the background. And I think the pictures that I orchestrated turned out better, but I feel like I annoyed them a little bit. Although they also didn't really seem to speak English all that well. I bet they came up here from Houston because the Texans were playing here. And I've been to Houston, and Houston's a very nice city. I like it very much, but it's one of those cities where I'm gonna be a little nervous handing my phone to a random stranger at night. And as I'm stepping away and saying things that they probably didn't quite understand what I was saying, I feel like they probably just got a little nervous. I love this place. I feel so blessed to be able to just walk over here and hang out by the stadium. I don't ever want to move unless I can move closer to the stadium, like into one of these houses. If you ever come to Green Bay and happen to be in the car with me, I do drive Uber sometimes, so I do this to Uber riders as well. But Christiana comments on it all the time that I become a tour guide, so I tend to do that on the videos sometimes too. And I've got an interesting Lambeau Field fact for you. So you can see we're at street level. That's the entrance. And then there's a deck up there where you go up to the Miller Lite Gate. That actually, the Miller Lite Gate up here, that used to be ground level. When they did their last renovation, they sunk this down to add another floor below it. But that Miller Lite Gate up there used to be ground level. And then the Packers Pro Shop entrance was up there, not down here. And Curly's Pub was one floor higher as well, which is now 1919. So if you ever come to Lambeau Field, you can impress your friends and tell them you were rolling in the deep. I don't know if you can even see that on this camera. Here, one second. Also, that's the house I want to move into. Well, I guess they weren't too happy. Oh, here's a Packers one. Texans on the other side. Fun fact, Green Bay last year was voted best place to live in the U.S. by Forbes, Newsweek, US Weekly, one of those big ones. I don't remember which one. It also got a whole bunch of other great ratings, like best place for young professionals, best place for people who work from home, I think. I don't know, a whole bunch of accolades. This year we fell to second place as best place to live in the US. We were also rated the drunkest city in the US. I don't know if there's a correlation there. And happiest people in the US. It's a great place to live. I absolutely love this place. It's a very clean town, very safe town. There's no place in Green Bay that I would be nervous walking. Now I know I walked down some sketchy places. In San Francisco, you might remember on the video, I walked through like the worst neighborhood in San Francisco. But here, not nervous at all, I guess is my point. We have like one murder a year. For a city our size, that's pretty low. The people are also super nice here. After every single Packer home game, there's usually at least one post on the Green Bay Packers subreddit where people who were visiting from, they were fans of the other team, and they were just very happy and appreciative of how nice the fans were here and how nice the people were here. You don't get that in other places. Green Bay is, and I'm a little biased for living here, but I believe Green Bay is the best place in the world to live. We've got all the benefits of a small town because we are a small town. But because the Packers are here, we get a lot of businesses and industry and events that wouldn't normally come to cities of our size. So we get a lot of the big city benefits too. Best place to live. This video is sponsored by the Green Bay Tourism Board. No, I'm kidding. This is just me. I love this place. No other place I would want to be. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you may know that I've lived in other places. I lived in Nashville. Oh, that's a red light. I lived in Nashville. I lived in Charlotte. I lived in Indianapolis. I even lived in Milwaukee. Nothing even compares to Green Bay. And I've visited cities all over the country. There are some that I really liked, and if I couldn't live here, I would definitely want to live in those places. But nothing even comes close to Green Bay. Anyways, I'm doing that thing where I'm by myself and have nobody to talk to, so I start talking to the camera a lot. I had some really good sales over the weekend, including some things from that auction video, the last video, which I'm gonna wait to show you until I get into the office tomorrow morning, because I want to actually show you like the pictures of it and everything. But I'm really excited to show you one of them. It's one that I did not expect to sell that fast. This massive building here is going to be a 3-story tall bar where they have a live band on each floor. Different types of food, different types of music on each floor. I'm really excited for that to open. And right up here is Stadium View, voted #1 sports bar in America a whole bunch of times. I have no idea. I don't know if you can see him anymore walking down there, number 21. I have no idea if that guy knows me from somewhere, but he seemed really excited to see me, and we did the high five where you do like that. I think it's called a dap, I think. I don't know, I gotta call a youth and ask. But he seems super excited to see me. Also, it is 10 p.m. on October 20th. In Green Bay, it's 70 degrees out. I am sweating right now. I did not need this jacket. I can't believe that. We should be getting snow about now. In fact, I just saw on my Facebook memories, the Texans actually played, I think I saw it yesterday, the Texans actually played here same weekend, probably like 8 or 10 years ago, and it was a snowy game. Not today. It's so nice out. People are having bonfires out here. All right, so I'm back at work and we actually just sold the last Java burn. So if you remember, I paid 80 bucks for these. I think it was like 92 with the buyer's premium. 17 sold for $789.61. That nets me $658 after fees. And then we've got to ship, I would guess 14 or 15 of these out. So subtract that. Probably ends up about, some of them are shipping together, so probably about 600 bucks or so after my $80 purchase. And it's been like 5 days. I also sold this camera for $160. This came from the camera lot at that auction. My bad, I took an offer, it was $150. But here's the one I'm most excited about. I spent $6 on this item. This Seventh-day Adventist Bible commentary set sold for $250. It was listed for 4 days. It's not gonna be fun for the mailman to have to carry that because it's heavy. Did free shipping, but it's gonna go media mail. It'll probably be like 30 bucks to ship. Super quick sale. I'm pumped about that one. So I don't remember what I spent, like 345 bucks, something like that. I have made over $1,000 off that already. And then this that came from the estate sale sold for 25 bucks. Also have a viewer sale, sold this bed pillow. This one went to Siobhan. She says, "Hey Rabbit, I'm a YouTube viewer and eBay customer. The Whatnot shows are the closest I'll ever get to one of your warehouse sales. Keep hydrated, Siobhan." And I feel like I'm proud of myself because I remembered her name. It's spelt in a way that's not obvious. And I've forgotten how to pronounce it many times. But anyways, here's my weird memory. I can tell you exactly where I got this. It was at a Milwaukee Goodwill store in Milwaukee. It was the one right by campus. It was on one of the black carts of the fresh inventory coming out about 2/3 of the way down the store. And shortly after finding it for, I want to say $2.99, I ran into a viewer who found some belt buckles that he changed his mind on and said I could take them. So I ended up buying those too. And I think one of them is in my Green Bay collection because it's a Fort Howard paper belt buckle. But anyway, Siobhan, I appreciate the purchase and I will get this shipped out to you. So we get this pile and everything on this cart. I'm hoping to get it all listed today. All right, so it's near the end of the next day. I wanted to get everything listed so I could show you what all came from the estate sale because, well, I didn't show you everything there. I was just running in and out of the building. Let me start by showing you things that aren't going on eBay because there's still some good stuff here. Christiana found this microscope. It's got a neat little drawer in there. I couldn't find this model. They're all over the place on eBay, and shipping just seems like a nightmare on this. So we're going to auction this in the local auction, Titletown Auctions. I don't know what it'll go for, but I think it'll do well. We've got this over here. So I've sold this for like 15-20 bucks before, just this thing in the auction, and this is a whole set, the whole kit and caboodle. So I found one person that one listed for 60 on eBay, no solds. I feel like it's a good auction item. These two weatherproof cabinets here, I actually pulled out the internals and listed those, and we're going to just auction off the cabinets. I feel like these will sell. I don't think they're going to go for a crazy amount, maybe 10 bucks for the set, but I bought them for the internals, which are listed on eBay. We've got a vacuum pump, and I'm actually kind of tempted to keep the box. But we've got a vacuum pump in here. It looked really expensive. I just kind of glanced at it, but it's actually just a Harbor Freight brand. I'm pretty sure US General is Harbor Freight. Not really worth shipping. It's big, it's heavy. So we're just gonna send this to auction. I'm sure the box alone will go for 20 bucks. The contents might make it go for 50, who knows. But there was a smaller vacuum, a handheld vacuum pump, which I'll show you in a minute, which I did list on eBay. This I rejected. It's for an electric fence. I'm gonna auction it. I don't really have a great way to test it. When I plug it in, this blinks, and I don't know if that means it works or not. So we're gonna auction it and basically say, power's on when plugged in, but Energizer light flashes. I don't know. I couldn't find this on eBay, so I don't think it's worth a ton. This was in a random box. It's a poster for a band. I'm assuming a local band. But maybe someone will bid on it. I don't know. It was just in a random box with some stuff. This, I was going to list it on eBay, but it's in really rough shape. I think I'm just going to auction it. I will still clean it up a little bit, but there's like a little hole right there in the middle. And then these 2 hard drives, I'm going to auction them. And that, oh no, I've got a couple things in my office yet. I guess this cooler, I got this because there was some sort of meter or something, and I don't even remember what was in it, a gas meter maybe. I bought it for that, so I'm probably just gonna throw this. This is all like the one lot in the auction, the eBay rejects pile. To clarify, other than the cooler, I don't think any of that's from this purchase, from this estate sale. It's from other stuff. So this master lock, one actually sold for $30, but I don't know if it works. I don't know if that pin is supposed to pop down or not. And I can't really find anything about it. It looks like someone actually tried to cut into it. I'm going to auction it. Maybe I get $5 for it. I'm hoping this I'm hoping this airbag does well in the auction. It's from a 96 Explorer. They're going for about $120 on eBay. I went to list it, and apparently you need to be approved to sell airbags on eBay. So I'm going to put it in the auction and see what it does. And then lastly, this thing, I'm pretty sure this is the last reject. They're like $20 brand new, so I might just throw it in a bulk lot on eBay in the auction. I don't know. And that stuff probably won't go up for at least a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to know what it sells for. But remember, I paid $80 for all of it. Now let's show you what I listed. All right, I tried to enlarge this a little bit for you. This compressor here for a vacuum pump, listed it for $220. The Harley Davidson oil is like a brand new bar mat in those. Let me open this up so you can see it. I don't know if the glasses have been used or not, but the bar mat is brand new. So I listed similar ones. I couldn't find these exact ones. Are selling for about $25, so I listed it for $25. We'll see what it does. And I had 2 of those. Oh, wait, hold on. Correction. This did not come from the estate sale. This came from the flea market. I also listed, let me scroll over here, the new Walkman here for $189. That was from the flea market. So the carousel projector, I got one of those. These typically sell for $100 to $150. It didn't work. It just kept cycling through. I'm not going to mess with trying to fix it. I listed it for $45 plus shipping, and then I pulled the remote and did that for an extra $19.99 because odds are this won't sell. I got a whole bunch of these slides. There are 30 little boxes of them. I listed for $50. We'll see if they go. This temperature meter I listed for $80. This was a Goodwill find, $75, purchased for $4.99. This camera was from the flea market, listed it for $59. This camera, I believe, was from the estate sale, listed for $30. These were inside of one of those weatherproof boxes, listed for $80. This, I've got 3 of them were in one of the weatherproof boxes. So quantity of 3, $49.99 each. And then one of them for $19.99 because I actually broke the clip off when I was removing it from the box. A UHF or a VHF, like a CB radio, but a marine one. I listed for $60. Christiana found this one. She also found this Eagle fish finder. I listed for $40. I found the Lawrence. I listed for $50. This is the handheld or manual vacuum that was in with the electric vacuum. This computer, surprisingly cheap, $140. It powers on. I didn't test it any further. We've got a pressure gauge for $40. We've got a trailer brake module for $50. We've got a pH tester for $40. We've got another pH tester for $100. Some of these, I don't know if they're going to sell. Some of them probably will. These explosion-proof tumbler switches, I've got 2 of these. I listed for $129 each. There's also one of those tumbler switches on this. I don't have a pipe wrench here, so I was too lazy and didn't take it apart. So we've got a thermostat and the switch here, $149 for the whole kit and caboodle. And then we've got one of the thermostats for $84.99. Not a single one of these used sold, only new ones. So I don't know if that matters. And this one's missing the knob, but new they're selling for like $300 or $400. Amazon Fire Stick, $25. The opened inks I listed for $40. I am pretty confident that they are unused. I didn't look up what you have to weigh them for, but look at that. Warranty ends 11/2024. Oh. And then we got 11, and then the other one says 10 of 2024. We got 10. So I hate this decal. I keep thinking ink spilled on it. So it's very likely that they just cut the top of the box off to make it fit in the drawer. I'm confident saying that they probably work. Of course, I have returns if they don't. Where was I? This regulator here. If I can scroll over some more. Oh, too far. Too far. There we go. $49.99. This thing, this oil water interface probe meter, I could not find any active or sold on eBay. I found a different website selling a similar one for $400, so I listed it for $400. We'll see how it does. We've got a couple of pressure gauges here, $40 each. They're basically identical, but this one has some extra parts, so I listed them separately. This pressure gauge was brand new, listed for $60. Oh, the gauge block set here I listed for $300. This was also from the flea market. I think I paid $20 on it. This pressure switch I listed for $60. This grill handle with a built-in light, $22.99. This nitrate test kit, I could not find a single one for nitrate testing. Most of them were for chlorine testing. Those were selling for about $70, $80. And then there was another one. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't chlorine, it wasn't nitrate, but it was the same type of tester. It was listed for like $200, or sold for $200. So I kind of split the difference. So I couldn't find a nitrate one. Went $149.99. This little meter box keeps track of your kilowatt hours. I listed for $120. And lastly, the printer ink I listed for $80. I did get an offer for $50 when we were on the road, but I rejected it. I want to see if I can get more. Unfortunately, it did not sell before we got back. So that's everything. I have a couple things from Goodwill or the flea market yet to list. A couple things I didn't mention from Goodwill or the flea market that are going in the auction. And then I decided to keep this. I really like the color on here. It's in really nice shape. It looks nice next to the one I have there. And then I got a little mini one back here. So I'm going to figure out a better way. We get fire extinguishers and we got fire creators over here. Anyways, I had a fantastic birthday. It was a ton of fun. It was a high-flying birthday. Christiana really knows how to put on a good birthday. If you ever have a birthday, you should call Christiana and see if she will throw your birthday party for you, because she's really good at it. I don't think she'll do it for free for you, though. You'll probably have to pay her for it. Like $10,000, I think is fair, and then I get 15% as a referral fee. This video is sponsored by Christiana's birthday parties. So anyways, that's all I have. I got to get this video edited and uploaded. We've got a farm auction coming later this week. That auction actually ends tomorrow. It'll be today if you're watching this when it first comes up, Tuesday the 22nd. And then we're having pickup day on Wednesday. Once pickups are done Wednesday, either Wednesday night or Thursday morning, I'm going to edit that video and launch it, so it should be up by hopefully Friday at the latest. But tomorrow we're going to another auction that we're going to start taking pictures of and getting set up for. That video will be in a few weeks when that auction ends. But anyways, quick sneak peek. This one ends on Tuesday. We've got tractors. Ooh, that went up from when I last looked at it. We've got trailers, mowers, vintage trucks. One that's covered in barn dust. That makes it worth a lot, right? Car parts, farm stuff, all sorts of fun stuff. This calendar is selling for $37.50. It's all ripped up and hanging in the garage. Snow blowers and beer signs and all sorts of different stuff. As of right now, we are at about $6,000, and I bet this at least doubles by the time it ends. But you're just gonna have to wait for that video. I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun one. So anyways, that's all I got for now. If you want to support the channel, best thing you can do is watch another video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm so close to 200,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Even if you're never gonna watch another video again, just do it as a close personal favor to me. You can also buy me a lemonade. You can buy merch, Resale Rabbit merch. You can find me on eBay. All of that is down below. And I'm sure I'm missing stuff. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.